Hi students, welcome to the channel. Coming back to the topic, that is cloud simulator. Now in this video we are going to discuss class diagram of cloud sim. And in the previous video we have already done cloud simulator definition, cloud simulator, cloud sim and its architecture. Its architecture has basically 3 layers and we have discussed all these 3 layers in detail in the previous video, right? So coming to the topic, that is class diagram of cloud sim. As we all know, the class diagram has so many different classes that work together to form a cloud sim, right? So the first class we have is data center, right? Under this class we have one thing that is worked here, that is known as data center broker. Alright, and second class we have is cloud controller. Cloud controller. Under this the cloud coordinator worked, right? Cloud coordinators worked under cloud controller class. The next class we have SAN storage, right? And under this virtual machines work. Next class we have is cloudlet. Okay, under this we have 2 subclasses. The first subclass is virtual machine characteristics and the next class is virtual machine provisioning, or we can also say it as virtual machine characteristics and virtual machine provisioning are classified or taken by cloudlets. The next thing we have is, that is the last class, it is BW provisioner, right? It also has 2 classes, that is memory provisioning, and the next is VMM allocation policies. So all these are the classes that are taken under cloud sim system, right? Now in this video we will discuss all these classes in detail. The first class we have is data center, right? Data center provide core infrastructure. It provide core infrastructure, structure services like hardware and software, offered by resource providers, or we can also say it as it provide hardware and software services provided by cloud service providers, right? It also offer both homogeneous and heterogeneous resources configuration, right? It offer homogeneous and heterogeneous services provided by cloud service providers, right? And their configurations. And every component of data center uses a set of policies which are further used to allocate bandwidth, memory, and storage devices. Alright. And here it has some other class, that is data center broker. It acts as an intermediate between user and service providers, right? Data center broker worked as intermediator between user and service providers, right? It act as on the behalf of user and help to search suitable cloud provider, as well as it also worked as provider to get the good clients. Okay, so this is all about data center and data center broker, right? This is data center broker. The second point we have is, the second class we have is cloud controller. As its name implies, this class is used to control all the services provided by cloud service providers. It is also used to control the security threats and everything provided by cloud service providers, and it is also used to control end user services, right? And cloud coordinators take care of cloud service provider, as well as it also take care of cloud service users, that is end users, or we can also say it as it coordinate vendors and customers, right? So this is a simple class, that is cloud controller, and under this we take cloud coordinators. Now the third class we have is SAN storage. This is the third class, right? So SAN stands for storage area network, right? And it is used to store very large amount of data in the data centers. Okay, with the help of this class, the user can store and retrieve. With the help of this, a user can store and retrieve the data, any size or any amount of data at any time. At any time, subject to the availability. Here availability is most important thing. Subjected to the availability of network bandwidth. Right? So under this section, that is SAN storage, under this section we have one class, that is VM. VM stands for virtual machines. We have discussed this topic in the previous videos, that virtual machine class is used to create instance of a virtual machine. This is a simple thing, right? And it also takes care about management of virtual machine. It is used for the management of virtual machine, and it is used to store the characteristics of a virtual machine, like its memory, processor, and scheduling policies, right? And all these components are abstracted under virtual machine scheduling class. Okay, these are taken under virtual machine scheduling class. This is a simple term that all these characteristics are stored or simulated under virtual machine scheduling classes. The fourth class we have is cloudlet class, right? It is used for cloud-based applications, services such as content delivery. It is used for content delivery, social network handling, and to control business flow, or we can also say it as to control business workflow, right? The complexity of an application can be represented in terms of computational requirements, right? This is a simple thing, and every application's component has a pre-assigned instructions. All have pre-assigned instructions. Okay, and also they have some amount of data. Transferred. Okay, the fifth class we have is BW provisioners, right? It is an abstract class that is used for allocating network bandwidth. Used to allocate network bandwidth among the provisioning policies, right? All the provisioning policies are very important in case of BW provisioners, right? Here developers can extend this class in their own strategy according to the user's requirement. It also has two classes. The first class is memory provisioning and the second class is virtual memory allocation policies, right? So in case of memory provisioning, it is a class used to allocate the memory. This is simple terms. It is used to allocate the memory to the virtual machines, right? The host of virtual machine is very feasible only if this class finds the free space, right? Only then it is feasible. The second class it has is VM provisioners. VM provisioners. Right. Here VM provisioner represent the provisioning policies for hosting the virtual machine. It is used for hosting the virtual machines. It has a class that is VMM allocation policies, right? It is an abstract class. That means it is taken under VM provisioner class. So this class is used to implement time shared policies. It is used to implement time shared policies. Right? It is also used to allocate the processing power of virtual machines. It is used for processing power of virtual machines, right? So this is all about class diagram, and all these 5 classes we have discussed in detail with the help of examples. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching this.